There was once a man named David, quiet, hardworking, but distant. He lived alone in a small apartment, filled with silence. On the wall hung an old photo of his father, a man he hadn't spoken to in years. They had argued long ago, words said in anger, doors slammed, and hearts closed. Pride stood between them like a wall, and time only made that wall thicker. Every day, David told himself he didn't care anymore. But late at night, when the world was still, he would look at that photo and whisper softly, "I'm sorry, Dad." But the photo never spoke back. One morning, David received a phone call. It was short. His father had fallen sick and was in the hospital. For a moment, David froze. His chest tightened and his hands trembled. 1,000 memories flooded back. His father teaching him to ride a bike, laughing over dinner, sitting together in silence when words weren't needed. Without thinking, David grabbed his coat and ran out the door. The bus ride felt endless. When he reached the hospital, he saw his father lying weak but awake. Time had changed him. His hair was whiter, his face thinner, but his eyes were the same. David stood by the door, unable to move. His throat burned with unspoken words. He wanted to say so much. "I missed you. I was wrong. I'm sorry." But no words came out. His father slowly turned his head and saw him. Their eyes met. Two souls who had waited too long. For a moment, silence filled the room. Then his father gave a small, tired smile. That smile said everything words couldn't. David walked closer and gently held his father's hand. He felt warmth, fragile but real. A tear slipped down his cheek. His father squeezed his hand weakly, whispering, "It's okay, son." And that was enough. No long speeches, no explanations, just forgiveness, quiet and complete. Days later, David sat again in his apartment, the same photo still hanging on the wall. But this time, it felt different. The silence was no longer heavy. It was peaceful. He realized that sometimes love doesn't need to be loud. Sometimes the truest apology isn't spoken, it's felt. From that day forward, David called his father every morning. Even when words were few, they didn't talk about the past. They just talked about the weather, about small things, about life. And every night, before going to bed, David would smile at the photo and whisper again, "Good night, Dad." This time, he didn't need an answer. He already had one. Moral: sometimes forgiveness doesn't come from words. It comes from silence, from love that never stopped waiting.